So everything is starting to melt. It is almost spring, and we decided to go up the road, head into Hatcher's Pass, and we were going to look for grouse, just since there's a few weeks left for hunting. This is Willow Creek here. It's not all the way frozen.
But we decided to come up here today to take a drive, and we brought Ariel's little 22, and we're going to see if we can find any grouse.
So I don't know quite how far we are up in Hatcher's Pass, but it's at the point where you start to kind of go like in a switchback and climb a lot higher. And it's really cool. On this side, it's more forested. On the other side, closer to Palmer, it's a lot more like hilly. And there's mountains, but there's not as many trees.
So pretty much every time we come up here, we see a ton of moose. I think we've seen probably like 30 in one trip up here on our side of the pass. And then we've noticed actually when we go on the other side of the pass or close to it, we see a lot more lynx tracks. We don't really see any of them on our side where we live. So we're out here on a snow machine trail. We're looking for grouse, and we didn't find any grouse yet, but we did find traces of rabbits. You can see all their poop, and then this is what they do to the trees. They eat kind of low down on them. Okay, so no action today, but it's kind of cool to get out and found this cool bridge. We've actually seen it a few times, but we've never hiked up to it. But good thing we have dinner going at home on the wood stove, so we're not gonna starve. So we made it back to the cabin, and we've had this cooking for most of the day, and it's kind of a mixed match of everything, but we've got a couple awesome pork chops in there, and then we've got collard greens, brown rice, some pinto beans, and some diced tomatoes. So no grouse, but we're still eating good tonight.
Today, Eric and I are working on upgrading our shower. We have plans to build a shower room next to the house in the future, but because we have so much going on this first year, I don't think we'll get to that this year. So it'll be a whole nother year before we even be able to work on that. So we're just gonna upgrade the one we have now, make it a little more private, and just kind of improve it a little bit. Okay, so we are done, and Eric was able to build this out of all stuff we had gotten for free. We do have a way to take a shower inside the house too. We have a bathtub that we had bought in, but we found that we just prefer to take them outside. It's easier, but we obviously have neighbors, so we need something a little more private just to kind of hold us through until we can actually build a shower room. So again, that's the finished product, and I think it's gonna work really well for another year or so.
Okay, so we showed you the new shower enclosure we built, and we used it, and it's actually pretty awesome. It protects you from the wind. You can still see out, but you can't really see in. Anyways, I'm gonna kind of go over how the shower actually works. So this is our shower head. Through this window is our sink is right there, and this is hooked up under the sink, and the line runs along the bottom of the wall inside to our on-demand hot water heater. So when we're ready to take a shower, we just crack this window, pull this from underneath the sink, and we hook it right there. And it's a pretty cool setup. You just hit the switch and you got nice adjustable hot water. And then you got your off switch right there. And then when we're done with it, we just feed it through the window, put it back under the sink. But when we're showering, we got the little hook that it came with, and that just sits up there. We didn't build it very tall because this fence that we had wasn't that tall to begin with, but it's just high enough for us to shower in. So if you're tall, you're gonna have a problem showering in here. So the shower we kind of did at a slope, and then this land here at the back of our house, it's kind of hard to tell, but it does have a downward slope into kind of like a forested bog area over there. And this is our sink drain we hooked up a couple months ago. It's been working great. We are gonna put a ditch in here eventually and run it that way a little further just so it doesn't build up right here. But again, this is sloped, so it all moves away from the house. We generally use natural products that we've made ourselves, so we're not worried about what's draining off is gonna contaminate the soil or anything like that. And another option we have is if our hot water heater's not working or we're out of propane, we have boiled water and use our 7-gallon containers up on this, and we just shower underneath it. So that also works pretty good too, but we've kind of phased out of using that just because the hot water heater is just a lot more convenient.
So we're back inside. What better way to finish off a rainy day than making cookies? We're gonna make banana oat cookies, and we're gonna add coconut shreds and chocolate chips.
The time has come for this cookie. Nom 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 nom. Oh, nom.